What evil promises number 3?
Everything will never come in between. You're part of my entity, here for infinity. When the world has took its part, when the world has dealt its cards, if the hand is hard, together we'll mend your heart.
These fancy things will never come in between. You're part of my entity, here for infinity. When the war has took its part, when the world has dealt its cards, if the hand is hard, together we'll mend your heart. Translation: all of the material things that you have will never come in between us. You are part of me, and I am here for infinity. When the primordial battle between positive and negative, light and dark, good and evil is over, and the rest of the world is given what it deserves, and if what is given to the world is difficult for you to accept in your heart, then together we will eliminate your compassion for humanity. Notice that the lyric states that
You're part of my entity. You're part of my entity. You're part of my entity.
the language in these lyrics proves that this is not a song about a woman's love for a man, which is probably the most widely accepted face value interpretation. No woman ever tells a man, "You are part of my entity." No man ever tells a woman, "You are part of my entity." Such a phrase is not even in the collective vocabulary of the human species. It is, however, a part of the collective vocabulary of the demonic entities who seek to possess human beings. Their language is non-human and is evident in the speech patterns of all possessed human beings.
The hijackers were instruments of evil who died in vain. Behind them is a cult of evil which seeks to harm the innocent and thrives on human suffering. Theirs is the worst kind of cruelty. The cruelty that is fed, not weakened, by tears. Theirs is the worst kind of violence. Pure malice while daring to claim the authority of God. We cannot fully understand the designs and power of evil. It is enough to know that evil, like goodness, exists. And in the terrorist, evil has found a willing servant. Evil has found a willing servant. Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
What evil promises number 4?
When the sunshine, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took an oath, I'ma stick it out to the end. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella.
When the sun shines, we'll shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be a friend. Took an oath, I'ma stick it out till the end. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. Translation: once the financial storm passes and the sun shines, we will stand together. I promised that I would be here forever to help you. I promised that I would always be your friend. I took an oath and made a promise, and I'm going to fulfill this oath and deliver on this promise. Now that the financial crisis is worse than ever, know that we will still be together. You can stand under my protection, my control. You will be protected from the financial crisis, but in order for this agreement to work, you will have to become my possession. Umbrella equals protection equals control equals possession. Notice that the last two sentences in this chorus section exposes the hideous price that must be paid in order for Rihanna the good girl to be protected from the financial storm or crisis. The lyric, "You can stand under my umbrella," can be translated into "You can stand under my protection," which can be translated into "You can stand under my control," which can be translated into "You must become my possession." The arrival of the storm. The entity has made promises to Rihanna the good girl as a means of having her acquiescence. The entity promises that it will protect her from the financial crisis, but that she must become possessed in order for the promise to go fulfilled. The storm has arrived. The entity tells Rihanna the good girl,
You can run into my arms. It's okay, don't be alarmed.
"You can run into my arms. It's okay, don't be alarmed." In other words, the storm is here, and you can come under my umbrella, and I will protect you. Do not worry. Let's take this a step further. Remember that umbrella equals protection equals control equals possession. Therefore, the storm is here, and I will protect you, but you must take an oath to become my possession. Rihanna the good girl is under duress and must decide immediately. She answers the entity's proposal saying,
Come into me. Come into me. Come into me.
"Come into me?" What does this mean exactly? Well, if the entity proposes that Rihanna the good girl must become possessed, and Rihanna the good girl responds with, "Come into me," then we can conclude that Rihanna the good girl has agreed to the entity's terms and will allow the entity to enter her. In other words, Rihanna the good girl has willfully opened herself up to possession. She has invited the entity to come into her body and possess her. Recall that evil can never enter unless it has an invitation. "Come into me" equals possess me. The entity answers,
There's no distance in between us. There's no distance in between us. There's no distance in between us.
"There's no distance in between our love." Obviously, distance is not a factor when the entity that possesses you is inside of you. Rihanna the good girl concludes with,
So gonna let the rain pour. I'll be all you need and more.
Rihanna the good girl has made her choice. She is no longer good. She supports the financial crisis, saying, "Let evil win the cosmic struggle between light and dark, positive and negative, good and evil. Let the financial crisis happen on earth. Let sorrow and pain rain down onto the earth. The world will be dealt its cards, and I will be whatever you need me to be. I am your possession."